let's play this banger.
Let's do it.
Almost losing it, and
Oh mate,
episode's not even started,
just
mate.
looking through the notes, I just know it's going to be a good episode.
No, there's plenty happening. But I tell you what, mate, we should have had this episode done and dusted about 2 hours ago.
Oh, mate.
It's just
Technology, I tell you.
Oh, look, if you've not noticed, I mean, I'm on a little stand here today. Mate, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. I mean, we've not been like nuked or anything. That would be worse. So I suppose not everything has gone wrong.
Yeah, when you think stuff's gone bad, it could always be worse.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've not been hit with a major famine. Australia hasn't declared war.
We're not
But we
living
were
underwater.
missing a microphone when we walked in here, which is close. So
Not the greatest of starts, but we're here now and we're up and running, aren't we?
absolutely, mate. As last week's episode started, we've got a bit of barley to catch up on.
Oh, so much barley.
This time it was my turn. It was my turn to hit the streets of Bali, and took a note out of your book where you took a list down of things, talking points, and I wish my trip was as smooth as yours because this list has gotten rather extensive, and I can't say all of it's positive, but here we go. So yes, this is my Bali events list. So first of all, my passport arrived 1 week before the trip. So I started to get a little bit nervous, but
Good timing.
we received it. We got there. So, okay, now we're in Bali. Got abused by someone I'd never met before regarding a situation in Perth. Lost my hat while on the back of a bike when my mate told me to look up at a kite in the sky. Got into a bike crash where my driver tried to turn right across a whole intersection while blinded by a huge van. One of the girls went home halfway through the trip after trying to do a donut on a quad bike, flipping it and fracturing her arm in at least 2 places. Almost used up a tab of $2,000 at Finn's, including deleting 27 pina coladas between myself and one other. Got accused of public urination by a security guard outside Finn's, who then dialed the police, and I had to escape via the nearest beach. Celebrated my birthday by drinking a glass of unknown alcohol, which got set on fire. Attended a midget boxing event and have never felt more morally corrupt in my life, not to mention one of the boxers threw his glove in my face. Almost blew myself up with a misfiring firework. My mate got my signature permanently tattooed on his leg. And last but far from least, had 2 occasions of potty recognition.
That's the best one by far.
Yeah.
It was going through them. It sounded like I had to choose which ones were real, which ones were lies, but it's just astonishing that they're all true.
They are all true. I mean, Phil, if you want me to elaborate on any of them, I can. But they are all true. And did get home without ending up in Denpasar Hospital or Korobakan Prison, which is a feat in itself. So, yeah, we're here. It was a good trip.
What was your highlight out of everything you've mentioned?
I mean, the day at Finn's was quite exceptional. I'm going to ask, one of the others has the receipt from our Finn's day, because we put on a 2,000 tab ages ago, like between 7 or 8 of us who were going. So that got up to $2,000. But by the time we got there, like a couple of them are lightweights. One of them had broken their arm, so couldn't go in the pool, was having a pretty quiet day. It kind of came down to like probably 3 of us to try and delete 2,000 off a tab. And then Finn's literally make it harder to delete your tab because like we got our first big bucket of a cocktail and it equated to $92.50 Australian. So we were like, okay, that sounds like a good way to kick off, rub a bit out. And he says, this is your complimentary one. This one doesn't come off the tab. Oh. So that was complimentary, as well as the bottle of vodka with lemonades that came out at first. And then,
good any other day.
Oh, absolutely. But we had so many pizzas, so much food, and outrageous number of drinks. And then we get to 10 o'clock, I think, and the place closed at 12. We get to 10 o'clock and they come up to us and say, you're halfway through. You've still got $1,000 left. I don't know how that's happened. So we went hard in the last couple of hours. But I will try and get a copy of that receipt to show you the list.
Oh, 100%.
But yes, the number, the statistic that stood out was between myself and Rory Jarman, 27 pina coladas.
It's a great number.
So
That's fantastic. So, sounds like you had a good time, ups and downs, but you're back in one piece, which is all that matters.
yeah, and I'm happy to be back. I think I was ready to be back. I needed the time to go away. It was a good time to get away from Perth. As much as it seems a couple of stuff followed me, which was good. I mean, a couple potty recognitions. That's awesome.
Good. That's great. I can't believe that.
But I was ready to come home, and now I am, and we are ready for a
Back
huge
to business.
December.
Back to business.
Back to the workplace. I don't want to touch this much because it's fallen out, but back to the workplace, and it's going to be a huge day in the office, mate.
Let's do it. What are we starting with?
Well, you sent me something when I was in Bali that shook me. Explain how it happened. Someone sent it to you.
Well, the great mate and star of the show, Ryan Hammond, sent me a DM on the old Snapchat, and it was just a screenshot of a YouTube channel. It just said Sunday Debrief. I'm like, oh, what's this screenshot? No, channel, you know what I mean? Like the only Sunday Debrief out here. And it's come to our attention that there is another podcast, YouTube account, Instagram account, and Spotify account called the Sunday Debrief Podcast. And we've, uploaded it on our story saying, what should we do about this situation? Because it's hit us hard, but there's definitely endless possibilities.
Well, yes, for sure. I mean, didn't quite know how to respond at first. It was a little bit taken aback. I mean, the Sunday Debrief brand, we've tried to make our own. When we were thinking, the name, we were searching everywhere, make sure no one else has got it. So we're like, okay, great. We are the Sunday Debrief. So when this has got sent through, I was like, oh boy, we need to find some details here. So it turns out, it's two American ladies, Mackenzie and Caitlin. They are from Texas, and they are the hosts of the Sunday Debrief podcast. Now, Mackenzie and Caitlin are a weird way to spell Ronan and Regan.
Very strange.
So we had to delve a little bit deeper. And this is by the people, for the people. So the only way that we could deal with this situation was by asking the audience.
100%.
And, I mean, what have they?
Well, we got started with the most popular answers. 4 of our lovely viewers said lawsuit. So that was the most popular answer with 4 people. So good to see others are getting around it.
Very positive response.
The next one's
just just dropped my phone on my cock. Anyway, go on.
The next response is on that same sort of level. 3 have said sue them. Straight to the courts, report them, tell them to F off. You were the only valid Sunday Debrief. Get their Snapchats and hit them up.
Yeah, I mean, now we start to get a change of tone here.
Some
people are a little bit more open to the idea.
Yep, and someone said collab and riz them up for a collab and ask for collab. So there's been a mix of suing and collaborating.
Yes. So, and rizzing, which is
that's your thing, mate.
That's fair enough. But this is a professional environment, so I think we've come to the conclusion after a bit of conversation. Okay, what are we doing? We're going the way of the collab. So
we'll give it a go. We'll give it a red hot shot, and we'll see what they have to say for themselves.
Yeah,
they might want to sue us.
Maybe they will, because in terms of the legal side of things, we've not touched a thing of copyright, of what do you even call it? We have no legal barriers. We just put that in the open.
Yep. It's probably if it was to go down to the court, probably would be the biggest case since Osama bin Laden.
And I mean, we don't really have the funds for that. So, I mean, yeah, it would be hitting the ABC.
Oh, it would be. Breaking news updates every second.
But I don't even know how it works, mate. They're in the States, first of all.
They're probably sleeping right now.
They probably are.
Yeah.
But I think so. Yeah, we had a bit of a discussion, kind of on the phone, and kind of went, okay, this is 2 females from America. There's no threat to the content. I think we are,
Ours is more superior by far.
Very different demographics here. But at the end of the day, Mackenzie and Caitlin, you've come up with a great name for yourself.
Oh,
You
tops for the name. Great name.
So I think our minds think alike. I mean, we love our name, so I'm sure that we're on the same wavelength. So, I mean, that if you look at their bio, it says "See you ladies every Sunday," with the what's the little nail emoji, the little slay queen nail emoji.
Yep.
You said you had a little listen to it.
I did. It sounded. I just to give a bit of insight on myself and my own sanity. It was similar, but we're for the audience, by the audience, and it was more about. Well, I mean, ours is quite personal, but I think theirs was more them personally sharing their stories rather than we're sharing the audience stories.
Of course. Other than my list of 12 things in Bali.
Yeah,
but it is by the audience for the audience.
Yeah, all those could be their own episode in itself.
Our general conclusion was we're two blokes from Australia. These are two ladies from America. We know threats to each other, but we could be friends. We could help. We could collaborate and help each other. So this is our proposition to Mackenzie and Caitlin. Sunday debrief times Sunday debrief. Australia times America. Blokes times ladies. Why don't we double up on the Sunday debrief pod? And next episode, we'll jump on a phone call and we can debrief together.
See what they have to say.
Over to you, Sunday debrief, ladies.
Sunday debrief.
From one Sunday debrief to another.
That's right. Well, at least, not sure about the time zones, but they could be ahead of us or behind us or whatever. So their Sunday's technically a different day to ours. So you never know.
But at this stage, we're recording on whatever day we feel.
Oh, whatever day the technology works, mate. So
look, there we go. We'll see what happens.
So what a way to start the show. I mean, it was a big hit, but now there's this. I don't even know what's going to happen. It's all up to them.
I feel like there's no point butting heads here. As I say, we're no threat to each other in terms of content and demographic, but I think we can bring the audiences together.
100%.
And collaborate on some ideas. And the Sunday Debrief podcasts can run in unity as our own peaceful entities. And we can, as you say, it would become the biggest court case internationally.
It would be.
It would become the new Israel and Palestine.
There would need to be a contract signed by both of us, just within the name, Sunday Debrief, and the content.
In fact, speaking of,
we might need to promote a contract.
Because I forgot that one of the other responses on there was big street fight, fans versus fans. And I'm pleased to say that at current point, the Instagram followers, we've got 5 times as many. So I think we'll get up.
I think we'll win that battle, I reckon.
But we don't want to be Israel and Palestine.
No.
We want to be
That's a good example.
not North and South Korea.
No.
Jeez.
Countries, continents.
No one gets along. We want to be the allies in World War II. We want to be in unity towards one common goal, to destroy the enemy of not talking about stuff. All right, this is the biggest.
We have no clue. We have absolutely no clue what's going on.
This might be the biggest waffle sesh we've ever had.
Yep.
At the end of the day, we're going to try and collab with Mackenzie and Caitlin if you're up for it. Okay. On to what we're really here for, which is the audience. And we did quickly touch on how the upload schedule has gone out the window. Aaron B31 says, sort out the upload schedule. It's not on.
Yeah, he's been chirping us a bit lately.
Oh, he's been chirping, but I'll tell you what, Aaron. First of all, thank you for caring so much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great that you're so passionate
We
about.
appreciate any feedback whatsoever. Like we've copped enough already, so just keep sending it through, whether it's nice or you think it's gonna hurt our feelings, but it's fine either way.
So at the end of the day, we appreciate how much you care. But look, you've been to Bali. I've been to Bali. There's so much going on, mate, and we've done our best. And at the end of the day, only 1 week went out of whack. So,
and we're back making it up this week.
We're back making it up.
Look at that.
And the upload schedule is going to be potentially moving quicker in the near future. We haven't properly settled on something yet, but mate, summer's hit and it's the best time of year. It's the best time to go out. So therefore you need more Sunday debriefing. So look, maybe there'll be more Sunday debrief.
Yep, that's it.
Now, what has Sahib said? It's
Sahib has sent a response to his rage, you'd call it, towards the elderly last episode. So Sahib said, I'd like to apologise for my ignorance and rude words towards the elderly community of drivers from the last episode. A better way to go about it, but honestly, old people need to learn how to drive. Thumbs up.
You got to.
He's addressed it.
We've spoken a lot about on this podcast about mistakes. All you can do is front up to them, and that's what he's
100%.
done. He's reflected on his actions in the heat of the moment.
I think you're the pillar for that.
I'm becoming a master of that.
You are. You're teaching the other people how to go about it.
Yeah. So fair play to the bloke. But I know him way too well to know that he's probably in a van right now just spewing at profanity at any member of the community that doesn't want to go 27 kilometres over the speed limit in front of him. So I'm not going to trust that apology unless he actually changes his ways.
100%.
Which he will.
I agree.
All right. Now,
DMs, mystery box.
So, if you're not aware yet, we've got a new system of sending in your stories. So
We do. The anonymous system, and it's blown up.
Oh, it's blown up. And to be fair, the anonymous system, I think only one of them has actually decided to go anonymous this week because we've got the option to put your name in or not, and most people still have, which is great. They want to be known. They want to be mentioned. They want to get out there. And there's been some terrific stories this week. Couple longer ones.
Yep.
So,
Want me to start us off? The first one is from Caitlin. So, Caitlin has said on the system, the great system, it was a chill Saturday night drinking at home, and I got a chat from Bumble asking if I want to go to Fitzy's in town. Go to you in town.
Well, unfortunately, I don't remember Caitlin visiting me in town. I'm going to suggest that she's from Bunbury.
Oh, okay.
Fitzgerald's Bar in Bunbury is where...
Unfortunate. But you own that.
Well, yeah. Obviously,
Yeah.
I wasn't there at the time.
Yeah.
I've got other places to. I was running my clubs in Bali at the time.
I thought so. Yeah, just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I wanted to go to Fitzy's in town, and I said sure because I was bored and wanted to dress up. Big mistake when we met up in line and kept making jokes about money, and I was like, yeah, nah, I'm paying for my own entry, to which he answered, oh, good, I don't want no money-hungry cow. Wow. Okay.
Probably not the best way to kick things off.
No, so that's red flag one.
That's red flag.
She said here. So she ignored it and went with him, and she was vibing, and he asked if I wanted a drink. I politely declined as my guy mate was getting one for me. And he responded with, you think you're pretty enough to drug? You think you're pretty enough to drug? I wouldn't use my good stuff on you. Okay.
That's
red flag too, she said. And that one's probably fair enough. I don't know why you would say that in any sort of context whatsoever,
Not
but
ideal.
he said it, that's for sure. Okay, here we go. I was dancing to keep that. Okay, let's skip that word.
song name, yeah.
I do not have
Permission.
permission or a pass to use that sort of word there. I would like to stop singing and the end part as I'm white as a sheet of paper. Also, okay, yep, makes sense. And he pulled me aside and says jokingly, you know, my biggest ick when girls say the N word like you. Red flag 3.
Oh, so he suggested that she did say the word, but she's saying that So she said, oh, I stopped singing at the end part.
Yep.
And then he said, my biggest red flag is when girls like you say the N word like you.
Who is this bloke?
No, he's just making wrong accusations. All right. So
When I
that's
went
3
out
red
to
flags.
chill with some other mates that showed up, he followed and made everyone uncomfortable, commenting on their appearances and sat right in the middle of 2 girls. red flag 4. Okay, so they're adding up now. He had a bunch of MDMA and got upset when I refused several times. Red flag number 5. And last but not least, he kept going on how girls should tell him straight up when he was doing something wrong, as the last 2 girls ghosted him, and how that's unfair to him as he is the perfect gentleman. I told him everything he was doing was wrong, and he threw a bloody tantrum, getting kicked out. Red flag 6. So 6 red flags in half a paragraph of writing. That's
And probably about, 30 minutes?
yeah, probably. Maybe not even.
So what do you think? Are they meeting up a second time?
No.
No, probably not.
No,
Probably
definitely
not, Caitlin.
And he's brought all of them on himself as well.
Oh, 100%. And he asked her to come out as well. So you would think you'd want to be on your best behaviour.
Mm. It's strange. He's a very strange character. He seems like, this guy, and he's just dug himself 1 hole, and then he's just dug himself 6 holes for each red flag.
And now he's in the Grand Canyon. He's dug himself the Grand Canyon.
Not ideal at all.
But well done, Caitlin, for just telling him everything he was doing was wrong.
Yeah, and she's kept track of every single thing she's done, and just gone, mate, the whole night you've just been fucking shit. So piss off. Which is fair enough, because he probably deserves every bit of it.
Absolutely. All right. This one did get sent through anonymously. This must be a lady. This lady says, so last year around this time, I met this guy at the OBH. We started going on dates, etc. Then I left for Europe, so things kind of ended. Anyways, his best friend has slid in and wants to take me out to get coffee. I low-key feel like me and this guy have better connection and more in common than his friend who I was seeing last year. Thoughts, please. Look. See, this isn't a great reflection on the best friend, to be fair, if he was aware of things were going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this one.
I don't think it does mean something to her as well. I mean, if you've been seeing something, you don't want to start seeing his best friend.
Yeah,
that's a bit awkward.
Probably not. It's difficult. It's difficult because I was thinking the same thing, but then if it's a year difference, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe this friend didn't have any idea that. Oh,
but if they're best friends, I mean, and then
you would think,
how else does the girl and the best friend know each other other than from when his friend was with her? I think this one will have to come down to a serious conversation.
Yeah,
because you can't be ruining like a friendship over this.
True, because he was the one that went into her DMs, not the other way around. So she's really. Yeah, I mean, she's done nothing wrong here, but...
Not yet.
Not yet. So at least she's asking first. Like, asking for the greatest advice you could ever receive on the best podcast ever.
I think the 2 blokes just need to have a bloke to bloke and be like, okay, if you're not seeing her anymore, things have ended. I really like her. Would you mind? Like, genuine, do you mind? And if he goes, mate, go for it. Absolutely go for it. Then... why not?
Yeah, this convo needs to go out to him.
Yes,
to this guy. So, I think that's the right call as well. I agree. I definitely agree.
So, keep us updated on this one though. This one's quite interesting. It's a good dynamic there. Would you like this one from Big Mont? It's,
not really. No, I wouldn't.
This one looks like quite a bit of work, but I'm looking forward to it. So, Big Mont, we've heard that name on the potty before. I
feel like we have, but I can't.
So. I think I remember.
Name to a story.
This was someone sent in saying, my mate, known as Big Mon, he said, always claims he's straight, but then goes to clubs and takes videos of him hooking up with blokes. What do you think about his sexuality? I think that's Big Mon.
I do not remember
That'll be from Ep 2 or something.
Really?
So, I apologise to Big Mon if that's a wrong recollection, but... I think that's how he came up. Anyway, this one is from Big Mont. So, I spent 13 hours in the Northbridge Slammer. Started off as a good night, getting slammed at prees, then going for a breakie to bar 1 run, but Seckies weren't having it and didn't let me order another drink. After being kicked out of breakie for switching bars every time I got refused a drink, I went walkabout, then jumped the fence out back. Cops saw this whole thing and tried arresting me for trespassing. After being asked for ID, I pulled my wallet from my pocket and gassed the fuck out of the boys in blue. I then realised I dropped my phone and bank card while running. Keep in mind it was completely smashed. I thought since I dropped it they instantly knew who I was, so I then turned back and went with them freely. As it turns out, my bank card fell into the water and my phone was shattered. I spent 2 hours in Hillary's police station cell, then got released on bail. The cops called me a taxi and left for Hillary's again. As I got to the taxi, I realised I didn't have my phone nor my bank card. I spent the next 2 hours wandering the streets of Hillary's, running in every direction to try and find the boat harbour again. Part of my bail conditions was I am not allowed back in the whole area till the 11th of December. If my calculations are correct, it's still not the 11th of December, so I doubt 2 hours after it was released, it was the 11th of December. As finding my mates was the only way home, I get to bar 1, and who do I find but the same cops who arrested me? I snuck my way into bar 1 and find my last mate in bar 1 just as he was leaving. We call an Uber and talk about the whole shit show when my intoxicated as fuck brain forgot the cops were out front, and we just started walking in the middle of the road in the open, and the cops came up to me and cuffed me. Breach of bail landed me in the Northbridge jail at 3 a.m, where I stayed for 13 hours until I got in front of a judge to explain my story and get bail back. So in summary, left for breakie at 6 p.m, didn't get home till 5:30 p.m. the next day.
He's gone on a 24-hour.
Big Mon, that's one of the all-time great stories we've received.
That is crazy.
Wow. Can we get some details on the full repercussions of this? Because I doubt he just spent 13 hours in there and that was it. Obviously, are you still not allowed at Hillary's? Was there some serious monetary consequences?
Well, there must be something now after the breach of bail.
That's not ideal. And they took him all the way to Northbridge?
That's strange.
Maybe just so he didn't go back to the breakwater.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, mate, that's unreal. So, and also, like, when you get home, how do you explain that one to your parents?
Just a sleepover at a mate's.
Yeah, just booked a hotel in Northbridge. I was out in the city, so I thought I might stay. Just got some free accommodation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's outstanding.
That's actually crazy. Can't believe that.
So if you can, Big Mon, if you can follow up on that one and just tell us a little bit about what's happened afterwards, and if you've been back to breach your bail again. Don't even know when this was. His bail's till the 11th of December. I don't know how long bails normally are, but this might have been pretty recent.
Yeah, well, it's just great commitment from him and to go back to the breaking. If he keeps doing it, he must be that guy, I reckon.
Yeah. We talk about loyalty sometimes. I mean, we talk about loyalty at football clubs. We talk about loyalty in relationships. Big Mon is as loyal as they come to the Hillary's boat harbour.
Surely if he goes back and gets caught a third time, surely the police just go, mate, that's honestly respect that you keep trying.
He just loves the night out so much. He's willing to break bail conditions on numerous occasions. There is a point where you go, you know what, you've got us.
Yeah. I reckon.
Good on you, Big Mon. Keep doing what you're doing.
Keep trying your heart out.
This one's great, mate. You'll be happy to see this one.
So this one's from Yubsy. He's already said this to me, and so he's sent it in for me to read again. So Yubsy says, following your lad's recent request, I would like to fess up to sending up the submission of my fielding blunder in the under-17s at the mighty Ocean Ridge Junior Cricket Club. Thought it had to be addressed, and glad you legends have done so in Ep 5. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Yubsy, and thanks for fessing up, mate. I appreciate that. I was honestly really thinking about who that could be, and I actually had no idea. So now...
And then you saw the name and you went, oh, shock.
Now I can sleep at night. And...
Because he's been a bit lippy about you in the past.
Yes, he loves to chirp me. He loves to chirp me, but I'll happily chirp Yubsy back. So that's completely fine, Yub. I'll find something. Mate. You better do well on the weekend.
James Wilkinson. This is the last one through the Google Forms. But yeah, he wanted to put his name up there. So James Wilkinson, he says, "Hi guys, hope you're doing well." We are, thanks, James.
Thanks, Jim.
Just had a general way of life question I wanted answers to. Say you were going to have a shower, but you take a dump right before. Do you wash your hands after the shit? Knowing that you're about to go straight into the shower, which will wash your hands for you. Personally, what's the big deal if I don't wash my hands straight away, then walk to the shower only using my hands to turn on the taps? Wow, that's really one to
That's
think
a
about.
life
Yeah,
question
no,
that
that's
I
huge.
would happily answer, I reckon.
That's huge.
So, okay, going to take a shit and then jumping in the shower straight away without washing your hands. Is that acceptable? Well, I think the main factor here that I'm, sort of thinking about is not the water factor. It's more the soap factor. I mean, you haven't specified here that, you're using your body wash as well. You're just going water on the hands. Is that really, is that
that's
really
not good enough.
killing 99.9% of germs? Is it?
No, Dettol would be fuming at James right now.
Fuming. So Jim's sent this in. Oh, that's great from him. That's really good. Fantastic. Yeah, so Jim, honestly I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world. I mean, there's probably bigger things going on right now, but
Yeah, like the lawsuit between the Sunday Debrief and the Sunday Debrief.
yeah, 100%. But I mean, if you are feeling a bit ill maybe in the morning, that there could be a reason why.
Let's maybe we should ask. I'll note that down. Maybe we get in contact with a health expert, and we'll get the answer to James.
100%.
So now onto I say voice messages. Not really. There's no voice messages themselves.
We're not playing this, are we?
Yes, we are.
Oh, we're not.
Yes, we are. So if you wind your brains back to last week.
We're going to get cancelled.
No. Actually, to be fair, the TikTok version of the story last week already got audio removed. So the chances of this one staying on TikTok is low.
What video was that? What
Just
story?
us telling the story of
about
of this audio message. So if you wind your memories back,
to about a week ago.
Two of our lovely loyal supporters sent in a story regarding some messages that one of these ladies got sent. Now, a man who they were talking to decided to send an audio porn message, is how they described it. Now, I was intrigued. It was a great story, and on the app, you weren't a big fan of me saying this, but I said, "No, we need to hear this. Please send it to us." And I've just seen what you first responded to it. We will not include any of this audio on the pod.
Well, there you go. Well, we know who runs the show.
And I've just gone, nah, we're playing it.
Oh, I knew I should never answer any DMs.
Well, no, you maybe you should answer the DMs more because I end up getting us in trouble. But this is said audio.
Oh, baby. You had a good day by yourself at home? Miss me? Come here. You're in. Want me to go faster with my fingers, do you? Oh, you want me to come inside you, baby? Oh, come here. Now I'm gonna come.
Stop. What's the opposite of an erection? Because I've never been less aroused in my life. Sorry, mate.
I'm honestly scarred. I actually couldn't listen to that.
You took your headphones off after. Okay, moving on to the quick fire questions.
Yeah, I think so. There's
not- the
we
less-
should just skip that. That never happened.
The less said about that, the better. Yeah. Okay. Now, look, as quick fire questions, we send them out not very long before we record, and we see what people say, and then we read them out for the first time when we're here.
We do.
Not an awful lot of them this week.
Does Nick Vlahov feature?
Oh, yep. Twice.
Okay.
Okay. Here's his first one. This is just a joke. What do you call a non-binary person who is lactose intolerant? Non-bi dairy.
It's not the worst. That's not his worst.
It's not his worst. Of course, Ryan Hammond's piping.
So Ryan Hammond, please tell Mr. Ronan Fitzgerald, please tell me if Mr. Ronan Fitzgerald used the barley massage and okay, sorry. Amenities.
Amenities. He likes that
Isn't
word.
isn't it a Let's just skip that word. Can you say it, please?
Okay. Ryan Hammond.
Amenities.
Please tell me Mr. Ronan Fitzgerald used the barley massage amenities.
Amenities.
Okay.
That's the
So
one.
did I utilise the full potential of barley massages?
That is, I can't believe I forgot about that. That is a huge question.
Of course I did, Ryan Hammond. I paid 65,000 Indonesian rupiah, which will equate to $6.50 Australian dollars, to get a head and back massage. Now, this was all well and good. I mean, it was about midday on a busy street in Seminyak.
Probably 40 degrees.
Oh, yeah, it felt like it. The
Sweating.
room was very air conditioned.
Yeah.
But myself and my mate, we were like, okay, we'll get a massage. Some of the others were off designing their tattoos for later. So, yeah, we'll kill some time. And head and back massage, okay. So, bloke slaps the oil out. Oh, yeah. Just, up and down the back.
Yeah.
Just between the C5 vertebrae and the coccyx.
Yep.
And that was all well and good until I don't understand why my pants had to be halfway down my
Did you say bloke? Continue.
Nah, that's an exaggeration.
Okay.
But I tell you what, they get. Oh, fuck! I just
You've
put my phone
done
on
it
my
again,
cock
mate.
again.
You've done it again.
So I don't. And my mate who was with me will agree that it started like I don't understand why they have to get so it's a back and neck.
Mm.
I don't know whether gluteus maximus becomes involved in that.
Or maybe they're thinking back as in like, yeah, baby got back.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's the case. But it was nice. But I would have preferred it to stay a little bit on the upper. Anyway, I didn't get another massage for that. So look, Ryan, I didn't fully use the amenities. I know what you're referring to. Didn't go into any parlours past the dark.
Mm. That's when stuff gets real.
Mm.
All right. Keegs has said, Fitzy bar one on Saturday. Cheers. Didn't bother saying Regan because he won't come. Okay, he needs to fucking stop that.
Well,
At least he put it in brackets, so technically I'm still living rent free in his head, which is very nice. It's bar one Saturday. Got another North Beach Korean Cricket Club event this Saturday.
yeah, what's happening this time?
Bingo night.
You dress up?
You're supposed to. I don't know if I will though.
What's the theme?
Grandma, grandpa.
Okay, I think you can pull that off.
I think I would, because for our last athletics carnival, we dressed up as the Richies.
Ah, very
so I
good.
got the grey wig,
Yeah.
but none other than James Wilkerson actually does. He has that. So gonna have to get that back off your gym, unfortunately. But yeah, so that's what I got. Is
No
bar
bar one
cards.
afters.
Hey. I'm not gonna say anything
Okay.
because if and when I rock up, it's just gonna be a massive event. So
Well,
I'm not gonna tell
no.
anyone. I'm not telling anyone. I'm not even telling myself. I don't even know when or if.
but it's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge.
It's like when Fred again, when he plays shows in cities and then he does like a secret like club event that night. This is like people don't know when you're going to be there, but when you arrive, it's going to be chaos.
And I don't know why I like doing this, but sometimes like people just go like when they sort of know you but don't know you, they go, oh, they either go, oh mate, do you run a podcast, or oh hey, is your name Regan? I just go no.
Yeah, you don't want to try.
And I'm just like, no, I'm just kidding. But I don't know why I find that funny, but I do. But
no, but it is a bit like barley, isn't it? It's like we were talking about it off air. We were having our morning coffees at the wonderful river. What is it called? Rowing Pavilion.
Rowing Pavilion.
And we were like, you go to Bali and then like it might be for the bikes, or it might be for like the little wristbands at a shop. And you go and look at one, and then you got 5 people swarming you, going, "Oh, you buy." If one person comes up to you,
that's exactly correct. That's a great
if one
example.
person comes up to you and goes, "Oh my god, is that Regan from the Sunday Debrief pod?" and you go, "Yes," suddenly you're just a magnet. It's just A-list celebrities. Well, you are the A-list. It's the B-list celebrities are surrounding you. Like, I get what you mean.
Yeah, like enough to make a huge big deal. Have to get an escort out, and it's just gonna be this huge thing. So, I think I would keep it, a bit more of a. Well, I'm trying to keep it a secret. Yeah. So, we'll wait and see.
But
keep asking though.
Yeah. Keep the hype building.
Keep asking.
Nick Vlahov again. You get $10 million, but a snail is chasing you for life, and if it catches you, you die. Are you playing?
What a question. He's probably thought of that himself as well.
I think he probably has. So, okay, $10 million right in the bank. That's a good foundation. That's a very good foundation. But a snail is always looking for you. If it gets you, you're done.
How far does it start back though?
Don't know. And it's like,
or do you start in the same, like maybe you start in the same position? So maybe it's like a running race between you and the snail, and you just go off, and then he just roams around, and then you never know. You might wake up and the snail's on your
that's
forehead.
the problem. I think it would get you during your sleep. I think what I would do is start like overseas, somewhere I don't want to be. Let's start in Uzbekistan. I'm not going to go back there.
Yep.
And go, okay, game starts now. Fly over to Perth. What snail is swimming from Uzbekistan to Perth? I win.
I reckon it would take him at least a week to get up onto your bed.
Well, then that gives me time to get back to Perth and organise security.
I reckon you could fool around with the old snail a bit. I reckon I'll take the chance.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
There's at least a couple years where you're for sure guaranteed to get away.
What's the lifespan of a snail? Because then that's all you need to outlast.
True.
2 to 3 years, man.
2 to 3 years.
Some of the largest species may live over 10 in the wild. So
let's say 10 just to...
Very most 10.
Very most 10.
I'm saying like even start interstate. Start in Brisbane and go...
What if you have... What would we get? 10 grand or 10 mil?
10 mil.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way that snail's getting across the Nullarbor in 10 years.
No way.
So...
It's getting to your doormat.
Right. 9 years and 364 days, it arrives. Just too late. All right, thanks for that, Nick. And to finish off, the great Caleb Gray. Last time it was Whiskey Tuesdays, and today he says Happy National Whiskey Friday. Thanks for that, Caleb.
At least he's keeping the drink of choice.
Yeah.
The spirit of choice. Whiskey, at least. It's just a different day. If that's what you want to do, go for it.
Any day is a whiskey day for Caleb. So I think we should have a whiskey Sunday one day.
Yeah.
We bring the community together. As we've said quite a few times, we're looking at a few options to bring the community together.
Yep.
And I just wanted to show you this. Whiskey Tuesday. I'll put it up on the screen. Caleb just loves... Any day is a whiskey day, and he just sinks his whiskey and wishes everyone a happy whiskey day.
That's fantastic.
So I think he's bringing positive changes to the community.
100%, and I think that's going to be a well-renowned thing.
So that brings us to the end of proceedings. As I say, we've been talking plenty about bringing the community together. So we've got a few ideas in mind, especially over summer. Now,
Yep.
today is the first day of summer. Happy summer.
Happy summer. 1st of December.
1st of December. And what else is on the cards? A few guests,
Few guests.
few big names.
Big names.
Potentially.
Yeah, potentially this could be big for them mostly coming on here. But big for, could be a little bit. Could be big for us as well.
I think so. I think we've got a few game changers coming. Your favourite saying in the last few weeks when we talk about this is the possibilities are endless.
So endless.
So, look, Sunday debrief time, Sunday debrief America. Cult Lab. Guests on. Community events.
Bottomless brunches.
Bottomless brunches. Perth's biggest pub crawl. We'll keep working on these and we're going to get them to you as soon as we can.
And a historical test match.
Oh, the West Test.
The West Test. It's going to be... What should
we-
it be? We're just going to get, let's say, 20, 24 people. And we're just going to play a test match.
Oh.
5 days. Yeah, cricket. Yep. We're going to
Okay.
do it. Yep. We're going to... I don't know where we're going to hire out. Maybe... Probably the MCG. Book it out. The people who aren't selected, we'll do a draft. People who aren't selected, the crowd will fill out. Probably people will have to watch outside, unfortunately.
It'll be a lockout.
It will be a
100,000. Get fucked.
And we're going to play a 5-day test match. And if any team gets bowled out before the 5th day, we'll just play another one.
Starting again for another 5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
And we'll have to stop on the Sunday to record the potty very quickly.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
The Sunday debrief test match. I was actually, when you first said test match, I thought you were referring to the actual Perth test, which does bring another idea to my head. So
Who are the Aussies playing?
Pakistan.
Oh, okay.
So as far as I'm aware, I might be wrong, but because it's 14th till the 18th of December, I believe.
I'll be playing.
Oh. What, on the Sunday?
I'll probably be out by then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking, I mean, Australia will probably have rolled them by day 3 anyway. I believe the day 4 and 5 is the Saturday and the Sunday, which is silly scheduling if it is. Might have to check on that. If it goes to day 5, imagine a great community event where the Sunday debrief community comes to the cricket. We sink beers on.
How big's the snake going to be?
Oh, huge! And then we all go off to Cottesloe for a CBH Sunday sesh.
Yeah.
Oh, how good,
How good's that?
mate! It gets me after being anti-aroused after hearing that voice message. Speaking of this, to be blunt, it's just horny to another scale.
Yeah, it's a really turn of events, isn't it?
A turn on of events.
Turn on of events, and I'm glad we can get through these ups and downs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. So, was that it?
I think that's it, mate. I think that's it. The timing's good, pretty short and sharp. And, I just can't wait for what. Actually, no, mate, it's not the end. I'm sorry to waffle, but first thing is we put out a quick poll. Okay. To whoever's going to Spilt Milk, quick poll. We said everyone's dilemma for Sunday. What are we saying? Either Dom Dollar or Post Malone. They're the last act. And at this stage, we have 65% votes for Dom Dollar, 35% for Post Malone. I think the tide's shifted since all the Eastern Staters have sent in the videos. You've seen the TikToks of Dom Dollar's set and it's going off.
Yeah. 100%.
I'll be there.
Yeah, Dom Dollar?
Dom Dollar. Okay. All the way.
Okay.
And finally, the final wrap up is we just saw our Spotify Wrapped from the podcast creators
That's the
section
one.
of things.
That's the one.
And we are absolutely flattered to see 122 people have us in their top 10 podcasts. I don't know many people who listen to more than 10 podcasts, to be fair. 92 people have us in their top 5 podcasts. Again, not many people listen to all that many podcasts, but 37 people have us as their top podcast for the year.
How good.
And keep in mind, we've only been operating since October.
Yeah, five eps. So this will be the 6th ep.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy because we're thinking this may be the the first podcast people have listened to get them onto podcasts.
Yes.
So 37 to everyone.
I was shocked that we had one.
Yeah.
So
Well, I usually just go to sleep and just play all of our episodes. So we get
and then give it a 5 rating.
and just give it a 5
That's
rating.
the other statistic.
Yeah.
Our rating is still a 5.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for that. And
That's unreal.
we did have someone send in a screenshot of the number 1
Angus Mazarak.
Angus Mazarak. Unreal, absolutely unreal. And another one got sent to me as well. Daniel Freddie Corey had it in his top 5. He said
Awesome.
it will be number 1 next year.
Well,
for sure.
I mean, if
So
we've got 37 on top in the space of 5 eps, then next year just brings bigger and better things. So, all right. We'll stop waffling about what's to come and we'll get to work on it. Thank you for tuning in as always. Ep 6
out on the Sunday.
On the Sunday, we'll be out on the Sunday.
Oh,
we're back to
brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
So have a load of that R&B. We're back to 1 week off, and now we're back into it. So
That's just how it's done.
that's just how
We
it's
just
done.
get stuck into it, and we take on the criticism, but we also push it aside and just dial in.
Dial in. Live, learn, improve. And that is why we're signing off from the one, the only, the original Sunday Debrief podcast.
See you next time.